Hi there. Back on the last meeting, general meeting, I was unable to bring up this Plugshare application or app on the internet for the presentation. So I thought I would make a small video and capture the screen off my computer to demonstrate what I wanted to show you. So all these markers represent charging spots for an electric car, and in particular a Tesla, because that's what I have, and that's the easiest way to talk about charging as far as I'm concerned, because I know from practical use. Now I do have a three-phase adapter as well, so this is handy for when I need to go to a showgrounds or something like that. I can plug in the 5-pin three-phase plug and charge my car from that means. Right, these green markers are usually for smaller charge rates, so more than your home 240 volt 10 amp charger. And for instance, if I click on this, over on the left side you'll get information about where it is, the address, if it cost you, what sort of plug you need, and some history of people that have pulled in and used that system, and usually a couple of pictures as well to help you understand where it is that you want to get that charge from. The orange ones are usually for higher rate charging. This one of course is down in Warrnambool, the Tesla supercharger, next to Dan Murphy's, and once again it shows you the cost, so it's not cheap there, and the speed at which you can charge up to 250 kilowatts, whereas a 10 amp and 240 volt, multiply that as 2.2 kilowatts, so more than 10 times the speed of your home power point. So this is good for when you're traveling long distances. If you're just using it around town, or a trip from Portland to Warrnambool or whatever, you're going back again, you can just charge up at home on a 10 amp and get enough charge that way, because you're not continuing on a longer journey. Now if you look at ones that have got a spanner on it, this usually means that it's either planned or it's down. So this Hendy Street parking coming soon, so there looks like they're intending to put a charger in at the Maritime Discovery Centre, and it'll have what they call CHAdeMO and CCS. CCS is what is common for virtually every car on the road that's electric. This is the standard they use. This is an old standard brought in by the Japanese cars, so like for Nissan, what have you. So it's not used by many vehicles, but you can get adapters. Like I can get an adapter for my Tesla that'll have an extension on it that has a CHAdeMO plug. So back in earlier times you may have needed to get one of those or hire one, or if you belong to the Australian club you could borrow. Yeah. So now just to have a look around at where all these charging locations are, I'll go up the coast, and as I move along you'll notice the spots will come in as it updates the screen, and you can see all these different charge points. Now of course you can, as I was saying, you can go to showgrounds, you can go to your accommodation where you're staying or a caravan park, and you can typically plug in and charge up overnight at those places. So at the moment the top one is up around Mossman Gorge or Port Douglas is about the limit so far of charging northwards of Australia, north of Australia. Here we've got from Townsville across through Cloncurry and over to up to Darwin, and you can get around Australia, which has been done a number of times for different people in their Tesla cars and other electric cars, and just follow this down the west coast and you'll see all those charging points that you can visit, and they're dedicated charging points, whereas your showgrounds and that may not have them on this map, and of course your accommodation may not as well. You know, there've been times when I've run a cable through the window of a hotel room on the ground floor and plug my car in. You just ask the owners where you're staying if that's all right. They might, many a time they haven't asked for extra money for that charge because you're just taking a 10 amp charge amount, but it's been very, very helpful and handy. So I hope that's helped explain a bit about the charging aspects of electric cars in Australia. Bye for now.